The last voicemail I never deleted. It was a cold Sunday morning in Chicago. I was heading out when my 6-year-old son, Ethan, suddenly stopped at the doorway. "Mom, why is that man sitting alone?" he asked softly. Across the street, on an old wooden bench, sat an elderly man. His coat looked worn out, and his hands were slightly shaking. People passed by, but no one seemed to notice him. Ethan looked up at me. "Can I go talk to him?" I hesitated for a moment, then nodded. Ethan walked up to him with a small smile. "Hi, I'm Ethan." The old man looked surprised, then gently smiled. "I'm Walter," he replied. That day, something small began. From then on, every Sunday became their day. Ethan would run to that same bench, and Walter would already be there waiting. They talked about everything: cartoons, school, old memories, even silly jokes that made Walter laugh like a child again. One day before leaving, I said, "If you'd like, you can keep my number, just in case you ever need anything." Walter hesitated, then carefully took the piece of paper. Inside the small box he carried, there was a note. "In case of emergency, call this number." He nodded softly. "Thank you. I might need it someday." As the weeks passed, I noticed a change in him. One afternoon, he spoke softly. "My wife passed away last winter. We were together for 52 years. His voice trembled slightly. After she was gone, the house didn't feel like home anymore. My chest tightened. Then he looked at Ethan, who was drawing on the ground nearby, and smiled faintly. He reminds me that I'm still alive. One evening, it rained heavily. For the first time, Walter didn't show up. Ethan waited, holding a drawing he had made for him. "Maybe he's just late," he said, trying to smile. But something didn't feel right. The next morning, I found a voicemail on my phone, an unknown number. I pressed play. Walter's voice came through, weak but calm. "Hey, it's Walter. I'm not feeling well. They brought me to St. Mary's Hospital." There was a pause. "I just wanted to say thank you to you and Ethan. These past few weeks, they meant more than you can imagine." Another quiet breath. "You gave me something I thought I had lost forever. Happiness." The message ended. We rushed to the hospital that afternoon, but we were too late. Walter had passed away peacefully that morning. A few days later, we visited his apartment. His landlord had called us. "He always talked about you both," he said. Inside a small box, carefully kept, were all of Ethan's drawings. On top, there was a note, in shaky handwriting. "To my little friend, Ethan. Thank you for making my last days feel like home again." That night, Ethan hugged me tighter than usual. "Mom, do you think he's happy now?" he whispered. I kissed his forehead and held him close. "Yes," I said softly. "He's not alone anymore." Even now, I still have that voicemail saved on my phone. Years later, I transferred it to my new phone. I could never let it go. One evening, Ethan, now grown, found it again while going through old memories. He pressed play and listened in silence. When it ended, he smiled with tears in his eyes. "Mom, he still sounds kind," he said. I looked at him and replied softly, "That's because of you." And in that moment, I realized some people may leave this world, but the love they leave behind never does.